I was living with my parents and taking care of the mortgage. Then one day, my father told me not to come home anymore. When I got back, my sister and her husband had moved in and taken my room. I'm a 30-year-old regional manager for a distribution firm. Boring work, reasonable compensation, nothing exceptional. I lived with my parents for a while. Yes, I understand how that sounds, but it made sense at the time. I have a boyfriend, Noah, who works at a dentist practice. We've been together for approximately a year and a half. My folks don't like him too much, but whatever. My sister Olivia is 27 and married to Tyler. They are the golden children, and my parents believe they can do no wrong. I'm more of a backup plan, the dependable person who shows up when they need anything mended. So this happened on Tuesday. On a typical Tuesday at work, I'm sitting in my office pretending to be interested in inventory reports when my phone rings. Dad texted, "You are no longer welcome at home. We replaced the locks. Your stuff is in the garage." I gazed at that message for about 3 minutes straight. I probably read it 10 times believing I had missed something. Nope. It says the same thing. I phoned him immediately. He took up the first ring as if he was expecting it. "What the hell is going on, Dad?" "Lauren, it's time to figure out your own life. You're 30 years old." My brain briefly stopped working. I do not comprehend. What have I done? Your mother and I discussed this. Olivia needs the room more than you do. Of course, Olivia is my sister. Can we at least discuss this in person? There is nothing to talk about. We've made a choice. Mom then got on the phone. Her voice was strange, colder than I'd ever heard before. "Lauren, your sister is starting a family. She requires steadiness. You've got plenty of time to organize your life." "Mom, I actually live there." "Where am I meant to go? That is something you will have to work out. Olivia and Tyler need this place." Tyler, her spouse, was a guy I'd met about 3 times before they married. "This is ridiculous. You can't just kick me out with no warning. We can and are. Your father has left your possessions in the garage. Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be." She hung up. I sat in my office feeling as if I had been hit by a vehicle. My assistant manager, Connor, inquired whether I was all right. I told him I needed to go early and walked out. We drove directly to the home. Well, I'd been living in this place since college. I pulled up across the street and sat there for a bit. Tyler's vehicle was in the driveway, a big, silly lifted Ford with those obnoxious LED lights. Olivia's automobile was also there. Through the living room window, I could see them roaming about inside as if they owned the space. I tried my key. It didn't work. Instead of the Hayes family, Olivia and Tyler Cooper's names appeared on the mailbox. My bedroom window had new curtains. Everything I owned was simply gone. Tyler opened the main door. "Hey, yeah, your dad mentioned you could stop by. Your stuff is in the garage." "Side door is open." He stated it nonchalantly as if it was completely usual. What the hell is going on? "Tyler? Look, I do not want any drama. Your parents agreed to give us the house. We are grateful, but this is between you and them. Give you the house. They can't just give you the house I live in. They own it. They can do whatever they want. Now, if you don't mind, I have stuff to do." He closed the door in my face. I went around to the garage. The side door was unlocked just as he said. My belongings were there in boxes and garbage bags, not neatly packed, just dumped in. I discovered my laptop, clothing, tools, and books, all tossed like rubbish. I loaded everything into my vehicle. We made 3 excursions. I kept thinking this must be a mistake, some strange misunderstanding that would be resolved, but it wasn't. I ended up staying at a Holiday Inn that night. I sat on the bed with my laptop trying to digest what had just transpired. I opened my banking app only to check my accounts and make sure nothing else was wrong. That's when I noticed it. The mortgage firm has received an automatic payment of $3,000 every month for the past 18 months. Oh yes, the mortgage. A year and a half ago, Dad called me terrified. They were behind on payments and ready to lose their home. So they asked if I could help them refinance because my credit was good and theirs was not. I signed the paperwork, negotiated a better rate, and dodged a disaster. Dad insisted it was only temporary. He said he'd work everything out and take over payments in a few months. I put up an autopay to assist them out and completely forgot about it. After a time, it became background noise. $3,000 was automatically deducted from my account every month. I had paid $72,000 for a house that they had just booted me out of. I sat there pouring at that payment history until about 3 a.m. My phone kept buzzing. Noah was calling. Finally picked up. "Where are you, Lauren? I've been worried sick." I told him everything. He was silent for a minute. "I told you they were using you. I know. What are you planning to do? I have no idea. But I did have an idea. Not a whole strategy, but the beginning of one." The autopay button was there on my screen. With one click, everything comes to an end. I didn't click it, though, not yet. Something prompted me to wait and see how things worked out first. I spent the next few days in that hotel room trying to figure out what the heck had occurred. I called in ill for work on Wednesday and Thursday. Could not concentrate on anything. Noah stopped by Wednesday night with takeout. He was angry, not at me, but at my family. I've been telling you for months something was off with them. I know. Every time we visited, they'd make these comments. My mother with her little jabs about me still living at home while he sat right there. And my father continually wondering when I was going to start a real profession. He was correct. I'd simply been ignoring it because they were family. And that's what you do, right? Ignore the terrible things. What are you planning to do? He asked. I need to talk to Ryan. Ryan attended college with me. We were roommates in junior and senior year. Now he works as a real estate lawyer. Does quite well for himself. I called him Thursday morning. Dude, I need your help with something legal. What is going on? I explained the entire issue, including the text, the locks, and Olivia and Tyler moving in. Then I informed him about the mortgage. Wait, is the mortgage in your name? Yeah, I refinanced it for them a year and a half ago. There was a long hush on his end. Lauren, do you know what that means? That I was paying their bills? No. It implies that you legally own the house. If your name is on the mortgage and the deed, you own the property. My brain briefly short-circuited, although they've been there for perhaps 30 years. Doesn't matter who's on the deed. I do not know. I'd need to check the papers, find it, bring everything to my office tomorrow. Every document, bank statement, everything. I met him Friday afternoon. His office is located downtown. Nice location. Makes me feel like I should have worked more in school. Spread all of the documents out on his conference table. Ryan examined it piece by piece. It took him around an hour. Okay, so this is the scenario. You are the principal borrower on the mortgage. Your parents are listed as co-borrowers, but you are the one who is legally responsible for the loan. Okay? According to these bank documents, you've made every single payment for the past 18 months, averaging $3,000 each month. That amounts to $72,000 in total. Yeah, they cannot just hand this house to your sister. They do not have the legal authority to transfer property with an active mortgage in someone else's name. So what does this mean? It means they screwed up big time. He kept sifting through the paperwork until he discovered something on his laptop. Holy Lauren, what your parents placed their property for sale 2 weeks ago. He showed me the screen. My childhood house is up for sale at $250,000. I photographed every area, including my old bedroom, which had been converted into a nursery. How did you discover that this is public record? The MLS listings are all available online. That night, I scrolled through Olivia's Instagram from the hotel. She had been uploading remodeling images for months. New kitchen cabinets, fresh paint in the living room, new flooring in the bathroom, all of which I had been paying for without realizing it. Found Tyler's Facebook page. He had written 2 months ago, finally realized my dream of home ownership. No more renting. Hard work pays rewards. Blessed homeowner. Hard labor. This person believed he had worked hard for the house I was financing. Individuals congratulated them. Olivia's friends, their relatives. Individuals I'd never met for their accomplishment. Noah came over on Saturday. I showed him everything. Are you fooling me now? They're selling it without informing you when you're actually paying the mortgage. Yep. He was angrier than I was at the time. I simply felt numb. What did Ryan tell you to do? He urged to document everything, every payment correspondence, every social media post, build a case. So that is what we did. I spent the whole weekend gathering records, bank statements dating back 18 months, screenshots of Olivia and Tyler's postings, text conversations from my parents and everything. My Aunt Diane informed me that Olivia's wedding last year at that nice venue was paid for by my parents, who told everyone. I had handed them $6,000 for the venue since Dad mentioned they were short that month. I saw another post from Olivia's wedding day that said, "So grateful to my amazing parents for making this day possible." There was no mention of me. Ryan phoned on Sunday night. I did some digging. Vanessa Cho is the name of the realtor that your parents are utilizing. Working for Prestige. Really? Okay. I contacted her workplace. I said I was a possible buyer, asked about the property. She informed me it was virtually paid off. Just some minor paperwork to do. But that's not true. Exactly. Your parents lied to the realtor about their mortgage situation. That is fraud, Lauren. Fraud. If they try to sell this property without disclosing the existing loan, they are breaking the law. I sat there that night looking at my bank app. That autopay waiting there. $3,000 is set to go out in 2 days. The house listing was still current. They were displaying it to customers intending to take the money while I continued to pay. Ryan texted, "Don't cancel your payment yet. Let us watch what they do first." But I was finished waiting. Monday morning, I checked in and canceled the autopay. I then waited for them to notice. The first thing I did after canceling the payment was look for an apartment. I wasn't planning to remain at the motel forever. I found a good one-bedroom across town. Nothing special, but it was mine. We signed the lease on Tuesday and moved in Wednesday. Noah helped me unpack the boxes from the garage. Most of my belongings were okay. Some things were broken, but whatever. "How does it feel?" he asked. "Weird. Good. Weird. Nevertheless, you seem different." I have an additional $3,000 in my account this month. First time in 18 months. We ordered pizza that night. I sat on the floor because I didn't have any furniture yet. I felt more at home than I have in months. I checked my phone. I have received no texts from my relatives. I took Noah to a beautiful restaurant on Friday night, one I'd always wanted to try, but couldn't afford. I spent $200 on supper and didn't feel horrible about it. My phone sat on the table. They still have not responded. Tyler tweeted a photo on Saturday of himself barbecuing in his backyard. The headline, "Saturday vibes at the new place." My grill. He was using my grill, which I had placed in the garage after buying it 3 years earlier. I took a screenshot of it. I added it to the folder Ryan instructed me to retain. Sunday, Olivia uploaded a photo of paint samples. I can't decide on nursery colors. Help. Nobody inquired about where the nursery was or how they could afford a complete house. Everyone was handling it as if they had earned it somehow. The second week, they began phoning. Mom sent nice voicemail messages. Dad sent heated texts. Olivia asked whether I had heard from them. I disregarded it all. The panic began in the third week. Monday, 3 missed calls from Mom and no voicemails. Tuesday, 2 missed calls from Dad and 1 voicemail. "Lauren, this is becoming crazy. Call me back." His voice was tight. Mom left another message on Wednesday, this time with a higher-pitched voice. "Lauren, dear, please call back. We need to talk about something related to the house. It's important." And there it is. The home. I sent Ryan a voicemail. He said, "They noticed, don't respond yet." On Thursday afternoon, an unknown number called. Let it go to voicemail. "Hello, Miss Hayes. This is Vanessa Cho of Prestige Realty. I'm working with your parents to sell the property at 847 Maple Street. We've run into some issues with the closing process, and I need to chat with you regarding the mortgage situation. Could you kindly contact me back at your earliest convenience?" Her tone was professional, but I could detect the fury beneath. I sent Ryan a voicemail. He phoned me immediately. The purchasers undoubtedly discovered the financing difference during their title investigation. The entire transaction is certainly coming apart right now. Good. Do you want me to call the realtor? Not yet. Allow them to panic a bit more. Friday was crazy. My phone went nuts. Mom 4 times. Dad phoned 3 times. Olivia phoned twice. Olivia left a voicemail. Well, what the hell is going on? The bank keeps ringing Mom and Dad for payment or something. Do you know anything about it? An hour later, she phoned again. This time I responded, "Oh my God, Lauren. Finally. What is happening to the house, you tell me. You live there." The bank is phoning and stating something about missing payments which I do not understand. Mom and Dad said the house was paid off. That's odd. Wait. A long pause. Is the mortgage under your name paperwork's funny like that? Are you serious now? You've been paying it the entire time? Was, not anymore. What does that mean? This means I ceased making payments on a residence I no longer live in. Remember, you guys changed the locks. Oh my God. She hung up. 8 minutes later, Dad phoned. I let it ring. Voicemail. "I'm not sure what game you're playing, but this has to stop. Please call me back quickly." Then Mom called. Voicemail. "Please, honey, we really need to discuss. There's something wrong with the mortgage company. They claim we're late on payments." I texted Dad back. "Not playing games. You said I'd make my own plans, so figure it out." Noah came over on Saturday morning with some coffee. How often did they call yesterday? Stopped counting at 20. We were there watching a movie and my phone started flashing up. Every buzz felt better than the previous one. Olivia sent a long text message on Sunday night. "Lauren, please talk to us. I'm not sure what's going on, but we can sort it out. Mom and Dad are quite anxious and the realtor keeps phoning about issues with the sale. Please call them back." I read it twice and then shut off my phone. Noah gazed at me. "Are you okay?" Never better. My phone was still turned off, resting on the table silent for the first time in days. Ryan texted my work phone. They're probably in full panic mode right now. Are you ready for the next step? I said. Yeah, let's do this. Mom texted Saturday morning. We should chat. Just coffee, please. I showed it to Ryan. He responded, go and let them talk. Observe what they try to pull. Noah offered to come. Nah, I got this, but stay on speed dial just in case. I met them in a diner halfway between my flat and the mansion. Got there first, ordered coffee, and waited. They showed up 8 minutes late. Dad looked haggarded with bags under his eyes. Mom's cosmetics couldn't conceal that she'd been sobbing. Olivia then went in behind them. I didn't anticipate that. It was an ambush. Tyler was not present, at least for little favors. They sat across from me. Olivia was now showing probably 5 or 6 months pregnant. She had the pregnant glow that everyone talks about, made the entire situation feel even more manipulative. Nobody spoke for a minute. Dad started. There's been some confusion about the house finances. I just drank some coffee. Let him speak. We didn't realize you had been making mortgage payments for 18 months. $3,000 each month. You didn't see $72,000. Mom jumped in. We thought your father was handling it. I thought Dad owned the house. Turns out we were both mistaken. Olivia's eyes were crimson. We assumed it had been paid off. Mom and Dad told us it was a present for us. You cannot give something you do not possess. That is basically theft. We put our savings into that house. Olivia added, her voice rising. New kitchen, new floors, everything. Show me the deed bearing your name on it. Then Mom and Dad legally transferred money to you because the bank seemed to be confused about it. She was becoming so loud that others were staring. I didn't care. We are having a baby. We need this house. I remained calm. Congratulations on the baby. I hope you budgeted for rent. Dad clenched his jaw. Are you really going to tear this family apart over money? No, Dad. You ripped it apart when you texted me not to return and change the locks. We were angry. We did not mean. You meant it enough to take my name off the mailbox. You meant enough to give Olivia my room. You meant it enough to attempt and sell the house I was paying for. Mom could not say anything. Just sitting there. We raised you better than this, she eventually said. You raised me to pay my own way. That is exactly what I am doing. Olivia was weeping now. What do you want from us? Nothing. I do not want anything from you anymore. Dad leaned forwards. Will you simply let us lose everything? You aren't losing everything. You never owned anything in the first place. That is the whole point. I dropped it on them. The bank began foreclosure procedures. You have around 3 to 5 months until the auction, depending on how quickly it proceeds. Better start looking for an apartment. Olivia lost it. You are making us homeless. No, you made yourself homeless when you moved into a house nobody in your family actually owns. Tyler phoned Olivia's phone immediately away. It sat on the table between us. I could hear him via the speaker. Babe, what's up? Did she agree to help? Olivia was weeping too hard to respond. Mom tried a guilt trip. Please do not do this. We are your family. Family does not change locks. Family does not erase individuals. You wanted me gone. Congratulations. You got what you wanted, and I received my $3,000 back every month. Olivia wiped her eyes. I will never forgive you for this. Yeah. Well, same. I stood up and deposited $20 on the table for my coffee. For what it's worth, I genuinely cared about you people. In the past tense. Mom grabbed for my arm. Please, you mentioned Olivia's need for this residence. She needs stability. Well, I needed a family, and you picked the house over me, so now nobody gets either. Olivia stood up. You're choosing money over family. No, you picked the free house above your sister. I'm just deciding to cease paying for it. I walked out. My hands were shaking, but I continued to walk. I got to my car, sat for a second, and saw them through the diner window. Olivia was having a total meltdown. Dad held his head in his hands. Mom was on the phone, most likely phoning other family members to complain about me. I texted Noah. It's done. They know everything now. He responded promptly. How are you feeling? Pretty good. Started the vehicle. I drove back to my apartment with my name on the lease, my furnishings, and my regulations. 20 minutes later, the phone started blowing up. Aunt Diane, Uncle Jim, and relatives I hadn't spoken to in years were among those who inquired about the situation. I sent them all the same thing. Screenshots of my bank statements, a text from Dad urging me not to come back, and a copy of the house listing. Allow the facts to speak for itself. The majority of them stopped asking inquiries after that. That night, Noah brought over Chinese cuisine. Your sister posted on Facebook. What did she say? It's about familial betrayal and fraudulent individuals. Very ambiguous. Her pals have all commented inquiring what occurred. Did she say my name? No, but it's pretty obvious. Let her publish what she wants. I have receipts. We ate on my actual couch, which I bought last week. Do you believe they will keep trying? He asked. Probably, but I'm done responding. The phone buzzed. Dad is phoning. Let it ring out. It feels good, doesn't it? Noah said. What? Not being their backup plan anymore. Yes, it really did. Olivia went utterly nuts on Facebook within a week after that coffee meetup. It began with vague posts. You truly discover out who people are when things become bad. Then blood doesn't mean anything to certain people. Her pals all commented, "You all right, girl? What happened? DM me if you need to talk." She never explained, instead, writing cryptic rubbish every day. Extended family began phoning. I emailed them the bank statements and Dad's text. They gradually discovered the true story. I didn't bother with those who just believed Olivia. Olivia showed up to my flat on Thursday screaming in the hall. Noah phoned me at work. Building security had to remove her. When I got home, Noah was writing up an incident report. Your sister's completely unhinged. Yeah, I'm starting to see that. Dad contacted and expressed an interest in purchasing the house. I quoted him the entire value. He said they couldn't afford it and wanted some equity. I laughed. Mom came on weeping about Dad's blood pressure. He told her he wouldn't have to worry about home payments anytime soon. Hung up. Olivia posted a lengthy diatribe on Facebook, calling me specifically. It sounded as if I had messed them over at random. Family members who knew the truth called her out in the comments. She removed it after 2 hours and obscured half of the family. Months passed by. The foreclosure paperwork continued going along. Ryan handled the majority of it and kept me updated on deadlines and court dates. Tyler and Olivia hired a bogus lawyer, and on Friday I received a cease and desist letter. Template websites are crap. Ryan chuckled and returned a legitimate legal letter citing mortgage fraud and possibly criminal penalties. That silenced them for 2 weeks. Mom began emailing old images of Olivia and me as children as well as family vacation photos. Noah pointed out that none were recent. All from 10 years ago. They've been erasing you for a while. He told me you just didn't see it. I blocked their numbers that night. Ryan called Saturday. Auction set for 2 weeks from today. Friday, 10 a.m. Should I go? This is your property. It would be fascinating to watch. Yeah, I think I will. Do you want me there? Nah, but thanks. Noah persisted on coming, though. I am not missing this. I want to see their faces when it's over. I couldn't argue with that. I awoke on the day of the auction with strange feelings. Not nervous precisely, but knowing that today would alter everything. Noah greeted me at my residence. Are you ready for this? As ready as I'm going to be. The county courthouse stairs open at 10 a.m., arrived 15 minutes early. The place was more busy than I imagined, with perhaps 15 individuals standing about with files and clipboards. Most of them are real estate investors. You could tell by how they dressed and talked about property prices and remodeling expenditures. Vanessa Cho, the realtor, appeared exhausted. She came over and apologized for the incident. Said that if she had known the truth, she would not have accepted the listing. I just nodded. 9:55 a.m. My relatives showed up. Tyler's pickup drove up. That ridiculous raised Ford with the LED lights, and all 4 of them stepped out. They all looked awful. Olivia was clearly pregnant, and she must have been at least 8 months along. Mom's hair was a disaster. Dad looked like he had aged 10 years. They saw me and Noah standing near the courthouse steps. Olivia began heading toward us. Mom grabbed her arm and stopped her. Tyler was glaring at me from across the parking lot, attempting to be tough, threatening or something. Did not work. I gave them a tiny wave. Noah snorted. You're terrible. I know. The auctioneer appeared at 10 a.m. Sharp, an elderly man with a clipboard and microphone. All right, everyone. We have numerous properties today. First up is 847 Maple Street. He reeled off the information. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,800 square feet. Needs some maintenance but has strong bones. We'll start bidding at $200,000. One of the investors pulled out at $240,000. Going once, going twice. The last investor lifted his paddle once again, but nobody else bid. Sold for $240,000 to bidder number 39. The gavel came down. That was it. After 15 minutes, it was over. Years of family conflict were stopped by a man with a paddle and a bored voice. Olivia practically slumped on one of the benches. Not like fainting, but her legs went out. Tyler yelled at the auctioneer about something. I'm not sure what happened, but it seemed like the guy was going to reverse the sale since Tyler was furious. Mom and Dad just stood there looking dejected. Dad noticed me and started going over. Noah stiffened up. Do you want me to? Nah, let him come. He paused about 4 feet away. Are you happy now? Happy is not the word. But I'm not unhappy. Your sister's about to have a baby 8 months pregnant, and now she's got nowhere to go. She has been pregnant for a time. We had plenty of time to work out housing. Is this who you have become? Is it this cold? You sent me a text saying, don't come back and change the locks. You taught me how to be cold, Dad. Mom came up behind him. We're going to lose everything because of you. No, you've already lost it. This basically made things official. Olivia lurched over makeup dripping over her cheeks. I detest you. Do you hear me? I hate you. I did not say anything. We are homeless because of you. Homeless. You were homeless because you moved into a house that no one in your family owned or paid for. That's referred to as lousy planning. Tyler walked forward and got in my face. Watch how you talk to her. Noah rushed quickly between us. Or what, Tyler? Are you going to abuse her right now in front of all these witnesses and the courthouse camera? He motioned to the security camera over the entryway. Tyler backed off. Olivia's voice became quiet. Scary quiet. You know I'm having a girl, right? Your niece and your family. I gazed at her for a second. I hope you educate her better than you learned. Don't steal anything that isn't yours. Even Mom appeared stunned. Dad's mouth practically dropped open. Come on, I murmured to Noah. We're done here. Began walking to the car. Olivia screamed behind us. You are dead to me. Dead. Do you hear me? I didn't turn around, just continued going. When I got to the car, my hands shook as I tried to put the key in the ignition. That was intense, Noah explained. Yes. Are you okay? Ask me in 5 years. We sat for a minute. My phone vibrated. Ryan, after paying off the mortgage and all the costs, you're looking at a profit of around $42,000. Should be in your account in 2 weeks. Stared at the message. It's not even about the money anymore, I informed them. I know, Noah said. It's about being free. That weekend we went house hunting. I looked at maybe 8 places. I found this lovely 3-bedroom home with a fenced lawn. Some little repairs was required, but nothing out of the ordinary. This one's good, Noah replied, standing in the empty living room. Yeah, for me, guest room. And, he trailed off. And maybe a kid's room eventually, if you want someday. He appeared uneasy while saying it. Yes, I want that. But first, let's be married. Do it correctly this time. Is this a proposal? That is a preview of a proposal. The real one will be better. We submitted an offer that afternoon. Every document bears both of our names, indicating equal ownership the way it should have been from the beginning. The offer was accepted Monday morning. I sat at my apartment that night, reviewing the documents my residence actually mine with someone who really cared about me. 5 months passed. 5 months spent really enjoying my life rather than solving everyone else's issues. Noah and I closed on the house, relocated in late summer, and spent weekends painting rooms and renovating the backyard. His cat took the bedroom window as his territory. Everything felt good for once. Work elevated me to senior regional manager. Better salary and hours. I actually had time to accomplish what I wanted to do. My family has not contacted me. Blocked numbers remained blocked. Social media remained silent. Life was good. On Saturday morning, my phone rang. Unknown number. Almost left it to voicemail. Something made me respond. Lauren, it's Olivia. Her voice sounded different, exhausted and dejected. What do you want? Please do not hang up. I need to speak to you in person. Please. Every instinct shouted no, but I was interested. Where the restaurant on 5th Street, the one by the old mall. When today, if possible. I know it's last minute, but please come alone. Okay, thank you. Hung up. Noah was making coffee in his kitchen. That was Olivia. What did she want? I don't know. Meeting her at Wanonog. Do you want me to come? Nah, but thanks. We arrived at the restaurant at 12:55. Olivia was already present in a rear booth. She had the baby with her, a small girl asleep in a car seat carrier. Olivia seemed weary. Not just new mom exhausted, but defeated, tired. Sat across from her without saying anything. Thanks for coming. I nodded. This is Grace. I gazed at the infant. She was cute, I guess. Maybe 4 months old and getting plump. Babies all look similar to me. Okay. The stillness was long. Olivia stared at her coffee. We are in a two-bedroom apartment on the east side, a bad region. Tyler is working two jobs. I am on unpaid maternity leave. We are drowning. Mom and Dad relocated to Florida. I just left. They said they needed a fresh start away from all the commotion. I did not say anything. They simply abandoned us. Didn't even say goodbye to Grace. Just packed up and left. Sounds familiar? She flinched at this. I thought maybe if you met her, your niece, you might give us the money. I assumed you'd like to be in her life. Why do I desire that? Because we're family. I truly laughed. I couldn't help it. Now we're family. When do you need it? She began to cry. Real tears this time. I wasn't aware of the mortgage payments. I promise I didn't. Mom and Dad told me the house was paid for, that it was their gift to us. You never asked for proof, never seen any paperwork. They are my parents. Why should I doubt them? Yes, mine too. Look how that turned out. I realize I messed up. Okay, I understand. Tyler pushed hard for that house. He wanted to appear successful. I could have asked more questions, but I trusted them. How about the locks? Did you know about it? Not till thereafter. Dad said you'd been odd and aggressive, so you went on your own. And you believed him. You had not been around much. It made sense at the time. I wasn't around because every time I visited Tyler, made comments about me mooching off them while I was literally paying your mortgage. She did not have a response for it. The infant began fussing. Olivia took her up and began rocking her. I need help, Lauren. The first and last month's rent for a better apartment is $2,500. I will pay you back. I promise. No. Please. I beg you. Do you know what is funny? I would have helped you before all of this. Before the locks, lies, and everything. Then why? Because you laughed when Tyler labeled me a loser over Thanksgiving. When Mom thought I was being selfish by not giving them more money, you nodded. You never phoned after Dad received that SMS. Not once. I didn't know what to say. What about that's messed up? What about you're my sister? Literally anything. The infant was sobbing more now. Olivia's hands were trembling as she tried to prepare a bottle. I made a mistake. People make errors. You did not make a mistake. You removed me from the family while I paid for yours. That is not an error. That is a choice. Are you simply going to let me struggle? I'm going to do exactly what you did. Live my life without you in it. She was really coming apart by now. Both the baby and Olivia are weeping. The entire issue was a chaos. You're punishing a baby for my mistakes. I am not punishing anyone. I'm just not saving you. There is a difference. Tyler said you were too selfish to help. Guess his opinion's working out great for you so far. I stood up, took out my wallet, and placed two $20 bills on the table for her meal. That's more than you gave me, Lauren. Please, I hope things work out for you. Really. But it won't be because of me. I walked out. She did not follow this time. I got to my vehicle. The phone buzzed. Noah. How did it go? Exactly like you'd expect. Coming home. Yeah. 15 minutes. I'll order from the Thai restaurant you prefer. Home. My house. With someone who genuinely cared about me. I drove past my neighborhood. Nice streets, good schools, safe. I pulled into my driveway. My name and Noah's were on the mailbox. Noah sat on the couch surrounded by wedding magazines. Are you okay? Yeah, actually. Yes. She tried everything, even guilt. Everything. The baby, the money, and the family card. And I said no. He hugged me and said, proud of you. I thought I'd feel horrible guilty or something. But you don't. No, I feel free. We planned the wedding over the following several months. It's a little thing, just close pals. Nobody from my family was invited. We never heard from them again. I eventually changed my phone number just to be cautious. Aunt Diane would occasionally text Noah with updates. Parents were suffering in Florida. Olivia and Tyler are constantly arguing. Never asked for specifics. 10 months after the auction, Noah and I were on our back patio. It is early evening in summer. Everything felt amazing. I had a little bulge and was 2 months along. We had discovered out a few weeks ago. Do you ever think about them? He asked sometimes. Do you miss them? Thought about it. Really thought about it. Number 1. I miss the notion of what I believe they were rather than what they actually were. Do you think they'll contact out once they learn about the baby? Probably when they need something. Are you going to answer? What do you think? He grinned. I think you're done being their backup plan. The phone buzzed. Unknown number, looked at it, let it ring out. I said it face down on the table. Do you know what is crazy, I said? What I've spent years trying to make them proud. It turned out that my viewpoint was the only one that counted. That's deep. Nah, just true. We sat there quietly. Her house, her soon-to-be husband, her child on the way, her tranquility constructed from the ashes of the family that had abandoned her. Never felt happier.